Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating company called Velo3D. We're going to use it as a case study to really get our hands dirty and learn how to evaluate a potential investment from pretty much every angle you can think of.
You see, Velo3D is a company of real contrasts. On one hand, you've got this mind-blowing innovation. On the other, some pretty serious financial risks. And that really brings us to the core question we're investigating today. Is this a game-changing opportunity, or is it just too risky of a bet?
I mean, just take one look at its stock chart. It tells a story of incredible volatility. But these huge swings, they're not random. There are some powerful forces at play here. And in this explainer, we're going to peel back the layers and uncover the real story behind these peaks and valleys.
Okay, let's get into it. Here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the company's identity. Then, we'll dissect the business itself. Put the leadership and the financials under the microscope, compare its price to what it might actually be worth, and then we'll try to read the market's mind by looking at the chart, before finally reaching a verdict.
So first up, let's officially get to know Velo3D. Now, this isn't your average manufacturing company. No, they are playing at the very cutting edge of some of the world's most critical industries. We're talking everything from space exploration to national defense.
Now, let's dig into the core of the business. This is where we need to understand that constant push and pull between its incredible, groundbreaking technology and the pretty significant risks that come with the territory they operate in. So at its heart, Velo3D is all about advanced metal 3D printing. But here's their secret sauce, a support-free process. What that means is they can print incredibly complex metal parts. Think intricate rocket engine components without the extra scaffolding other printers need. It lets them create shapes and designs that were literally impossible to make before. And this really shows you the two sides of the coin. On one hand, you've got this powerful defensive mode, a ton of patents, a massive customer like SpaceX, and deep roots with their suppliers. But on the other hand, they're in a brutal, super expensive industry with tons of competition, and the constant fear that someone else's new tech could make them obsolete overnight. And they are definitely riding some powerful currents right now. They're getting a boost from rising defense spending, the absolute explosion in the commercial space race, and a major shortage of skilled labor in manufacturing that their technology can help solve. And listen, these aren't small trends. These are massive industrial shifts.
A great story and amazing tech are one thing, but you know what they say, the numbers don't lie. So now we're going to turn our investigation to the folks in charge and the cold, hard financial evidence to see if the reality actually matches the vision.
When you look at management, the report card is, well, it's mixed. The current team is showing some good signs of getting costs under control, which is great. But we can't just ignore the company's history of raising money in ways that have watered down the value for existing shareholders. They're definitely still in the prove-it stage.
And this number right here, this one is a really big deal. In the last fiscal year, their gross margin was negative. Think about that for a second. It means they were actually losing money on the products they sold, and that's before you even start to account for overhead like R&D and marketing.
So when you're losing money on every sale, it's no surprise it leads to this, a net loss of over $71 million. This figure really shows you the sheer scale of the financial mountain they have to climb to get to profitability.
And maybe most critically, the company is just burning through cash. A negative free cash flow of $30 million basically means they're spending way more than they're bringing in. That makes them totally dependent on outside financing just to keep the lights on.
So all this cash burn brings us to one of the most important questions you can ask about any potential investment. What is Velo3D fundamentally worth, and how does that stack up against its price on the stock market?
To figure that out, we need to talk about a little concept called intrinsic value. For a minute, just forget the crazy up and down daily stock price. Intrinsic value is an estimate of a company's true worth based on all the cash it's expected to make over its entire lifetime.
And well, here's the reality check. At the time of this analysis, the market was saying the stock was worth nearly $12 a share, but a conservative valuation model based on its future potential puts its intrinsic value down around $5.60. That's less than half the market price.
Okay, so the spreadsheets are basically screaming overvalued. But we all know the market doesn't always act rationally, right? So now let's pivot. Let's take off our accountant hat, put on our market psychologist hat, and see if we can spot any patterns in the chart itself.
So if we look at our chart again, some technical analysts, people who study chart patterns, see what they believe is a classic 5-wave pattern forming. Now, according to a theory called Elliott wave, a structure like this could be setting the stage for a pretty significant rally in the future.
And this table here breaks that whole pattern down for us. It shows the journey through these 5 distinct price waves. It starts down around $4, rallies all the way to 22, pulls back, and now it's potentially poised for a 5th and final wave that could push it up towards $30 or even more.
Now, there are a few technical reasons to think this bullish idea could be for real. The pattern follows some classic rules. The third wave was the strongest, which is what you want to see. Key price levels held up during the dips, and other technical indicators seem to be lining up with this potential setup.
But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? There are some major reasons for caution here. That most recent drop was so steep it almost broke the entire pattern. The upside target is wildly optimistic, and maybe most importantly, trading volume isn't showing the kind of conviction you'd need to really confirm that a new bull run is starting.
Okay, so we've looked at the tech, the financials, the valuation, and the psychology of the market. We've seen all the evidence. It's time to bring it all together and deliver the final verdict from our investigation.
After weighing everything, the source analysis comes to a very clear, very direct conclusion. The amazing technology and the big market trends are absolutely real. But given the shaky financials and a market price that's way above its estimated intrinsic value, this fits the definition of a speculation, not a fundamental investment.
And really, that leaves us with one final thought for you. An investment is usually based on finding real value and having a margin of safety. A speculation is more like a bet on which way the price is going to move. Knowing the difference is absolutely critical, which leads us to this question. Based on your own goals and how much risk you're willing to take, where do you draw that line?